Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm meadsy69 and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be having a look at the T-44, the tier 8 Russian medium tank. Is this tank still a thing? Has it been power crept? I think it has. With all the new tanks coming, I mean, it's still a great tank, 2,200 DPM, 175 millimeters of pen. However, all the new tanks that are coming, I mean, you've got the Peugeot there, the Rev, the Defender, even the Chimera, the CDC. They are all much better in penetration wise than you do have on the T-44. All the old time tanks like the T-54 Mod 1, the T-44 100, they're pretty much they are the same, almost the same DPM as well. It's still a good tank. I mean, the aim time is still good, the dispersion is still good, but I mean, compared to all the new tanks, I mean, look at the new tanks, 0.308, 0.301, they are all much better. All much better. And even the gun depression, this has 7 degrees of gun depression. All the newer tanks, look at that, I mean, 9, 10, 10, 10. So has it been power crept? Do you guys think this tank has been power crept? Is it still a thing? Is it still worth grinding? I think definitely yes. It's still a good tank. It's not a tank I would go out and play unless you're grinding, but if you are grinding it, it is still a good tank. Just because it has been power crept by the all the newer tanks, it doesn't mean it can't perform. And I absolutely love the camo, the legendary camo that it has got. I think it looks really good on this tank. It does look really good. All the Russian mediums with the Object 140, the T-54, the T-54 Mod 1, they all look good. They all look good with their legendary camouflages. So the T-44 was one of the first tier 9 or tier 8, sorry, that I had in the game. Back then, obviously, it was the T-54. Everyone wanted the T-54, the Heat 54, which I will be doing a video on, because it was just a machine. The T-54 back in the day was just a beast, absolute beast. You just load up the heat and you go on your way. You don't even care about not shooting normal rounds, because back then you did the same amount of damage. So the damage on your normal round, the penetration, I'll get it out, the penetration on your normal rounds wasn't great, but your heat round was actually really good. So people used to just spam heat in the T-54. Nowadays they can't really do that because it lowers your DPM. So the T-44, I mean, when you're up against tier 9s, yeah, it's a bit difficult to pen those big heavies, the E75s, the ST1s. But when you're against tier 7s, this tank can still perform. It still has a troll turret, it still has troll armor. You can get the bounces, but it's just been power crept. I mean, I don't know why you would, unless you're grinding, I don't know why you would not, you would want to play this tank. And I don't like that. I hate that with the tech tree tanks. I mean, I do go on about tanks being overpowered, etc., but or premium tanks not being so great for the money that they're worth. But I would just love for Wargaming to buff these tech tree tanks so people don't just play them to grind. I mean, you do have a few tanks out there now, like the Tiger 2. Tanks like that is people would play. People would play things like the Tiger 2 even if they're not grinded, because they're good tanks. It's a good tank now after it's been buffed. Same as the tier 7 Panther. The Panther got buffed and now it's insane. So people go and play the Panther for a bit of fun. And I wish that was like that with the T-44. I wish they would buff it, maybe, I don't know how, maybe the penetration, buff the penetration. So you go into a tier 8 tournament, you don't see any T-44s, none at all, nothing, zilch. It's always, if there is a premium medium, it's always maybe a Peugeot or a Mod 1. Never, I don't think I've ever seen a T-44 in a tier 8 tournament, I mean, ever. So I do wish that this tank becomes much more popular than it is, back to how it used to be before all these premium medium tanks that are in the game at the moment. But as I've said, it is still a good tank. It's still a good tank that you can go out and perform well in, but it's just not a tank that I personally would choose over. I mean, I'd probably prefer the CDC over this because of the penetration, the DPM, the speed as well. Yeah, it hasn't got no armor, but I would definitely prefer the CDC, the Rev, which has great DPM, the Progetto, which is probably my favorite premium tank at the moment. I would pick them all day long over this. In fact, I sold this on my main account. I had to buy it back just to make this video. So that's what I mean. It's not a tank that I sit there and think, what is the point it being in my garage if I'm never going to play it? And if I was going to play something like the T-44, I still have the T-44 100, which, yeah, it's not as good, but it's almost the same. The ammo rack's quite weak on it, so you can be ammo rack quite easily, just like a few of the other mediums, Russian mediums. But I just don't see the point in playing this tank no more, and it is a shame because it used to be such a fantastic tank back in the day. We're going to watch a game here from YOLO Man, Exodus. He's changed his name to now Exodus, and he sent me this a while. He is a patron, and I said I'll use it. He wanted he wanted me to make a T-44 video. He's just being bored. I think he's a bit bored there, wiggling his turret, but he's got the right idea. He's come to the middle here, trying to see if he can sneak some side shots into some crossing tanks, but unfortunately no tank was crossing and no tank has been spotted, except for now this way, which he changed his direction. He knew they would be this way, so he is now up here trying to spot these guys. Also, the 7 degrees of gun depression you can see here, I honestly think maybe give it 8. I mean, they buffed the T62 gun depression. I do honestly think Wargamers should start giving this tank a little bit of love. I'm not asking for them to completely turn it OP, but I just think they should maybe buff the penetration a bit, maybe give it a bit more gun depression, because even though the turret armor is really good, it's not nothing special. It's not nothing special at all compared to some of the other tanks out there. It's not nothing really, nothing special whatsoever. And that's what makes me think, like, what is the point playing? What is so special about playing this tank apart from grinding for the T-54? And even nowadays, the T-54, people don't see the T-54 as it once was. Again, it's still a fantastic tank. It is a fantastic tank, but it's nothing like it used to be. And again, maybe that's because of power creep. I don't know. I don't know. But YOLO Man here, he's going to have a really good battle, and he's going to showcase just how good the T-44 can actually do. And that goes for any tank in the game. Just because a tank might not be good, just because you're watching someone play good in it, it doesn't automatically mean, yeah, that tank's really good. Like, if someone was to go out and get a 6k damage in the T-44 or the T-44 100, it doesn't mean it's a fantastic tank. Any tank can be played well. You just have to play it to its strengths, be careful with its weaknesses, and the weaknesses hit on this tank is pretty much the armor. I mean, it's a Russian medium tank, so you will get some troll bounces. Definitely you're going to get some troll bounces off the upper plate or off the turret. But you can't really rely on those bounces. Now, YOLO Man has got a kill already. Now, the team is pretty much all around this area. He has to be careful. He's going to go for the KV3 now. He is pretty much hold down from the AMX 5100. So as long as he hides his bottom plate, hopefully in that kind of angle, he should be able to get some bounces. But so far, he has only blocked one shot at 310. But at the moment, he's doing well. He's got all the tanks around him that he is farming damage off. And now he's up to 2.3k damage. Can he clear the LTTB? Yes, he can. A great tank to get rid of. A really quick tank, one of the quickest tanks in the game. So even though it's a tier below, that is a great tank to get rid of. And now they face, it's a 6 versus 5. The KV3 has been a bit of situation all game. He's got, as soon as he got into that position with YOLO Man in the position he was at, he was just be able to completely farm him. So a nice 350 high roll there on the SU 100, and he is now able to, he misses the shot on the YOLO Man, and he is able to get the kill. So he's actually farmed pretty easy damage here, 3.4k damage with 4 kills, and now just 2 tanks left alive. Proper still kill stealing here. Up to 5 kills now with just 1 more tank. Can he get the 6th kill? He has to be quick. I don't think he's going to be able to get his gun depression down. Can he get it? Is he going to go for it, or is he going to wait for the kill? No, he's going to go for the damage instead of the kill, and the Dracula does take the guy out. But well played, YOLO Man Exodus. Thank you for sending me that in. Is it still worth the grind? Definitely. It's definitely still worth the grind, because you're getting some great tanks that lead up from this, the T-44 and the T-62A. Don't worry about the 140 right now, because you might as well get yourself a T-62A. So it is a good tank to grind, definitely worth grinding, but after you've done the grind, you're probably never going to play it. So I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. I'm Meadsy, and I'll catch you all soon. Bye-bye.